Good morning, all. Welcome. Will Delegate Assembly please come to order? Captain Palenzuela here.
Yes, sir.
Would you please lead us in the pledge?
My pleasure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Please be looking over the minutes while PBSO gives us our law enforcement report. Captain?
Good morning, everyone. Just quick words here. We'll go through this. I know we know how busy you are in these meetings. So here we are in May. Summer's coming up, and Lieutenant Hill will talk to you about hurricane preparedness. But one thing I want to stress enough, I can't stress enough, is even though you guys live in a gated community and you have great in-house security and PBSO, we do what we can here within the village, please don't take it for granted that you live in a gated community and you feel that you could be all trusting of everyone, of all your neighbors and all the people that come into this community. You're like a small city. And there's a lot of people that get invited here that don't have the best intentions. And they come here and they do take advantage. They look for unlocked cars. And unfortunately, sometimes they look for unlocked homes. So please, lock your homes, lock your cars. And technology has gotten a lot less expensive. If you feel like it might be worth investing into a small home security system for your apartment, there's a lot of these that you can find on really good companies that the alarm monitoring is very inexpensive, and they're all set up with a cellular phone service, and they have motion sensors and can alert you in real time if you do have an incident inside your apartment. So just keep that in mind for security. Please don't take it for granted. Your incidence of being involved in a crime or being a victim in your community is very low because you do have great security here and you do live in a gated community. But we see that from time to time that people naturally assume that that nothing's going to happen while they're within their community. So please just be aware. And if you see something, please report it to us. All right, I'll turn it over to Lieutenant Hill.
Morning, everyone. Fairly good month. We had 2 auto thefts reported. One of these was a domestic-related event. It was a family member took the car. We've recovered that. And the other one was a car that was loaned to a, let's call her a friend, who hasn't returned it yet. So we know who it is, but we'll just have to find the car. We had 2 vehicle burglaries reported. Both of them were to unlocked cars. One, nothing was taken, and one, a small pocket knife or something was reported missing. This is a major trend throughout the county. Unlocked cars. We get dozens every week, and 80% of them or better are unlocked. I can't stress that enough. You need to lock your cars. We're seeing them happen at gas stations while people are pumping gas and they go inside to pay. Just everywhere. Please, lock your cars. Little snippet, we've had some cases here in the village of residences where people walked away, take a walk, go get the mail, go wherever they're going to go, and they leave their door unlocked. And we've had, unfortunately, people become victims of that. So I can't stress that enough. Please, secure your property. We had 1 theft. Somebody's motorized scooter was taken while she walked away from it. And we had several cases of fraud, kind of the same theme we've seen before. Somebody tried to file their taxes and found out somebody had already filed under their Social Security number. We've had cases of bank accounts being opened, under somebody else's name, things of that nature. So once again, please stress, monitor your accounts. Most places now are very good about having online access. You can go in anytime and look and see what's happening so that you know who's doing what with your money, and hopefully it's only you, right? Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody awake?
All right.
Yes, ma'am. We've had a couple of burglaries reported early this month, none last month. Once again, everything at this point has been unlocked. Losses at this, have so far been very minor, some small amounts of currency and things like that. We're investigating those. We have 2 detectives assigned to it. But once again, the biggest thing is help us help you. Lock your doors, please. Anyone else? Thank you.
Yeah, hope to see you at our security meeting, 1 o'clock at Yuko. Thank you. Are there any corrections to the minutes, which you have been studying very carefully? All right, the minutes will be accepted as presented. Would you please help us check out our clicker system? And Jody's going to put up a special slide. You ready to go? Jody? Huh? All right, everybody, please point your clicker at the screen, and we'll see how many we come up with. Yeah, no, it's working fine. Oh, yeah, remember, the quorum changes this month, per our bylaws, to 117. Ooh, it looks close. Okay, well, thank you very much. We'll see what comes and what Isabel brings up. She's coming right now. All right. Boy, that's getting close, Jody. Yeah.
117.
Oh, no, the number up there is 111. You can't read it. Maybe we should go to the... Yeah, we have 121 signed in. So, yes, we just have a quorum. 117 is a quorum. Okay. We have our commissioner here, and I'd like to give her a couple minutes up front. The Honorable Paulette Burdick.
Thank you. And good morning. Happy May to one and all. Briefly, I think this is an exciting time of year. Many of you have grandchildren and great-grandchildren that are graduating from high schools and colleges. I wish you all the best. If you've been reading in our local Palm Beach Post, every day they've been having comments about the valedictorians. And when you read them, it's very heartwarming. I believe that with the graduating classes in our public schools, the future of America is very bright. Look at them, read them, they're very inspiring. The end of course, Memorial Day is coming up, a time for remembrance for the men and women. I wish them all well. I'll be spending my time, I will be canoe camping up in North Florida with my granddaughter and her parents, where we put our tent in the canoe and our food, and we canoe down the river a few miles, get out, set everything up, enjoy the evening, get back in the next day, paddle a few more miles, and get out. And it's gorgeous up there. We always have a wonderful time. Last weekend I attended the sheriff in coordination with Palm Beach Fire Rescue. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement had a training exercise located in 10 sites throughout Palm Beach County in case of a domestic
Active shooter.
terrorism. They had members of law enforcement and fire rescue from Miami-Dade participating in the training, Broward, as far away as Leon County. There are 10 sites. I was at the fire rescue on Pike Road. They had one at a mall in case something happened at the mall. They had them at the courthouse. 12 local hospitals all participated. So I think if we ever unfortunately had an incident like that, our men and women, our public safety departments are very well trained to respond in a very timely fashion. Again, when I was at the fire rescue, the bells rang and both fire rescue and the sheriff brought up their command vehicles next to each other. The radios, they were in that building in less than 15 minutes. The first wave of responders were in that building, and then they had a great debriefing at the end of the exercise to learn what they may be able to do in coordination better. But the men and women in uniform in Palm Beach County and all the collaborating partners, I can tell you with confidence that you've got good people out there to protect you in case anything does occur. Lastly, we're getting on close to hurricane season. Start those preparations. It's important to make sure, and you have the list of the things, and your CERT teams have been making sure that their teams are all prepared for your buildings. Be kind to each other. If your neighbor has difficulty getting some of those supplies, maybe you can provide that assistance. And lastly, today is May 4th, and may the 4th be with you. That's from Star Wars. Gentleman reminded me of that this morning. Be well, be safe, and if there's anything that I can do, you always know where you can reach me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for those words. I would just reinforce, if your building has not designated a CERT representative, please do so. It's very important. It's a very important piece of business. All right, that brings us to our treasurer's report. Ed and Sebastian.
Good morning, everyone. So we have the first quarter financials completed, so we have March in your package. So some things that are coming up is we're going to be making the first quarter reserve payment, and that will include January, February, and March's payment. And so far, we are ahead of schedule on the budget. And the only issue that we have with the March financials is the timing on the security expenses. I'm trying to get those bills to all match for the period that's covered. So that $31,000 is actually supposed to be a larger number, but we're just trying to tie those in together for the month of March. If you flip to the second page, when you get down to accounts receivables, there were 5 letters that went out for collections, and it was just associations paying the wrong amount, so we gave them an updated sheet so that way they could correct that. And last, we're still accepting bids for the copy machine, so we hope to have that completed before the next meeting. And I went to BB&T for them to put together a proposal package for the CD rates and spreading those across the various accounts like we talked about at the last delegate meeting. And that's about it. Is there any questions?
Questions on the treasurer's report? Come up to the mic. Seeing none. Treasurer's report accepted as presented. Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Is there any new business to come before delegate assembly? That might be, for example, a motion, but new business. John?
Good morning. My name is John Gluzak, Salisbury H. The captain said that we have problems, people coming into the village. It is true. If you ask anybody what problems are, there's a fence missing for 7 months. It's not the blame of the officers or nothing. Right now, I would like to make a motion, within 30 days, we have a fence put up, whether it's temporary or anything, for the safety of the village.
All right, John, I couldn't agree with you more, but we are now in conflict with Waldman's lawyer, Henry Handler. He won't let us connect. If we put up a temp, he won't let us connect to his client's fence. We're also in conflict with code enforcement, who won't let us build a temporary fence that doesn't connect to the existing fence. So as much as I hate to do it, I'm going to have to say that for the moment, that motion is out of order. We have an engineering study in progress. We are going to fix the problem. And I will say that the guards, particularly on the break that's inside, they try to keep an eye on that. And we don't really think that's where people are coming in. They have a few other areas where they're coming over fences. We have them come over the fence over at Greenbrier C. PBSO is working very hard to kind of control that old golf course and keep it clear.
The only thing, Mr. President, I want to say, people caught people coming into the laundry, taking the bath and all that, and walking around. I mean, they were sleeping on benches and all that. Our security, it may be fine, but if they see somebody walking that don't belong, they don't even stop. Right. That is the problem in this village, and many people could attest to that.
Right. You heard the sheriff. I mean, that's the doctrine of the day. If you see something, say something.
Well, then we just got to keep calling 911 because our security stinks.
I don't think it's quite as bad as all that.
I think so.
All right, John. Thank you. Yes, dear.
Hi, I'm Katia Printesi from Chatham O. We have a problem with people going through the entrance by showing only their driver's license. There were people that used their parents' driver's license, although they weren't welcome here, and they were able to come in and out as they please. And there's no way we can stop them.
All right. In some cases, driver's license is appropriate ID. Why don't we let Ed speak to that issue, because he's aware of this. Go ahead, Ed.
If you have someone that's coming in that has a license to be a caregiver, they generally show just a license. But if someone's coming in with a license and they're being logged in, that's because they were called in. We don't have a lot of people getting in simply because they have a license.
Well, actually, somebody from our association yesterday tried to check it, and he went by showing just his driver's license, and they let him in without even picking up the driver's license to see if it's correct.
I need the head of security, Daniel, to see that in the system so we can correct the new person that may not be doing it correctly. It is not the way it's supposed to work.
Right.
But we do have changes from time to time, and some of the newer folk don't know what they should be doing correctly. So give me the time that happened, what day, what gate, and we'll look into it.
That was the gate by Haverhill.
Yeah, I need to have it in writing so I can give it to Daniel. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We're kind of drifting into good and welfare, but last call. Any new business to come before Delegate Assembly?
I'm Rani Ayrwadi from Wellington B.
Little closer to the mic.
From Wellington B. And about 2-3 weeks ago, they did the upgrade from American Broadband, and they have potholes that big in our backyard. And I would like to know when that can be rectified.
Who's cut holes in your
In the back of Wellington B?
American Broadband?
Correct. And they did
Donald?
not fill the holes. They put the dirt underneath the palm tree, the bushes, anything but. We have
Is there
tremendous
conduit?
holes.
Is there conduit sticking up from the hole?
No,
Pipe? No, okay.
no. They're in where they laid the pipes.
As you can imagine, we're laying down over 17 miles of conduit. There are going to be issues. Please report this to our CAM. He'll be right on it. The chief of that project, Charlie Roberts, is an absolute stickler, and any damage they do, they will fix at no cost to you. Donald?
Yeah, this afternoon, I'm scheduled to do another ride-through of the Wellington section with Charlie Roberts and Edward Zambrana from Atlantic Broadband.
I'll be home and I'll...
These little potholes are...
Not little ones. Some of them are big.
Even the big ones and small ones. They're all going to be taken care of at some point.
But like I say, that's about 2.5, 3 weeks ago they put the...
Oh, there'll be pits and holes.
You know, it's a liability.
There'll be pits and holes for months because as we get these torrential rains, some of the spots where they've been backfilled will depress, and then they have to go back and be filled again.
Is there a cone or some kind of tape alerting people? You might want to check on that.
I'll be over there myself, so I'll drop a cone on it, but it'll get
Appreciate
fixed as
that.
well. The other issue we have in Wellington at the moment is most of the section does not have irrigation, and we're going to address that today as well by hiring an irrigation contractor that works for UCO to take care of it, because they're just not taking care of it fast enough.
Okay, thank
right.
you.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Doreen
A
Ulick.
little closer to the mic.
Doreen Ulick, and I'm from Berkshire Eye. And when they had the liner come in, and evidently...
Oh, the lining, they're lining the pipe.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we had a little disaster in Berkshire Eye, and they said that they would fix all this, and it's still a great big hole. They said that they would sod it and everything, and nothing has been done.
All right. Look, obviously now Donald has this report. We have established an email, ucomaintenance@gmail.com. All right? Please, don't wait. When something like this happens, now the water company will jump right on this. They'll repair at no cost to you any damage they do. And they have done some damage. It's incredible. But you want to report these things like right away. Right away. Don't wait a week or whatever. And we'll get on it.
Yeah. Mrs. Ulick, your building is on the water company's punch list. They are going to come back and take care of that sod. They haven't forgotten you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Bob?
Bob Rivera, Bedford. I'd like to make a motion,
Okay.
all right, that UCO investigate the cost for locations of speed tables throughout the village on the main road.
Traffic calming?
Yes,
Yeah.
speed tables meaning not a speed bump, a table. An elevation goes out for about 4 to 6 feet, so that it'll stop these people that are speeding all over this place.
Certainly, the motion is fine.
And I need a second for my motion.
Motion is fine. We would need a second. All right. Marilyn Gorodetzer. Keep in mind, we've got to plug and play on these things with fire and rescue, ambulance in particular. When they have a heart attack patient in there and they're running flank speed to get that person to the emergency room, the last thing they want to see is bumps in the road, which upsets their system. But investigate, and investigate we will. If there's something we can do, we will. I know what you're talking about, those kind of smooth flowing traffic calming humps, I think. I don't know. Sure we'll do it. So we have a second, and I'm sure nobody's going to say no, but just for the fun of it, we'll run the vote. Okay? There's definitely a common sense thing to do. I think the speeding situation in here, I agree, is awful. I mean, I'm foolish enough to run posted speed on the ring road and have people fly by me across the double yellow line. It's really scary because there's oncoming traffic. It's just a matter of time. We try to get PBSO in here, and I'll tell you, these speeding tickets are expensive today. $200 plus, and we get them in here as much as we can.
Mr. Israel,
Where are we? John?
is it possible that we could put a couple stop signs here and there around the perimeter?
Okay, let's do the motion. Anything within code, remember, we have an agreement with the county. Yes, traffic calming, that's fine. We have an agreement with the county for PBSO to patrol the ring road and the entrances and exits. One of the requirements of that agreement is those roads, signage, the markings must be to current code. If additional stop signs are not to code, we'll have a problem. But if you have some ideas on where stop signs should be, let the CAM know. If it's doable, we'll do it.
Thank you.
Okay? Okay, so there's a motion on the floor to look into speed tables, specifically maybe other traffic calming devices. All in favor? Please hit number 1. Yeah, okay. How long are you? Okay. Looks good. Okay. All opposed? Oh, we're still collecting in favor. Or we're adding the opposed to the in favors.